Television Network. This is the 5:30 News on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Jeanelle Slade. Jay has the evening off. For more than 2 years, after a deadly shooting in downtown Billings, we learned why prosecutors will not file murder charges. 42-year-old Sean Allred was killed at a home on North 24th Street in October 2015. A memo obtained today by Q2 News shows Yellowstone County prosecutors are not confident a jury would find the shooter guilty of murder. Q2's Asia Gore tracked down those documents and joins us now to show us what she found. Asia.
Jeanelle, prosecutors say in their memo to the Billings Police Department that the apparent victim in this case was actually the aggressor. According to the memo dated October of 2017, Sean Allred was killed by Nicholas Frandsen. Frandsen said he asked Allred to get him cocaine, but said he made the request jokingly because he didn't actually have the money. Allred did obtain the drugs and told Frandsen he had to pay. The two men then fought via text message, which escalated to Allred threatening to come over and, quote, make it right. Frandsen admitted using a combination of illegal drugs before Allred showed up sometime after 2 a.m. that night. According to the memo, Allred entered Frandsen's home without permission. Frandsen claims Allred cornered him and pulled out a gun before Frandsen shot him around 20 times. Prosecutors say Allred is culpable because he went to Frandsen's home uninvited, intending to commit violence. Thus, prosecutors believe a jury could reasonably find Frandsen acted in self-defense. Jeanelle?
All right, thanks, Asia. A district court judge in Helena says author Jon Krakauer will get access to university documents concerning the high-profile rape case on the University of Montana campus 5 years ago. However, Krakauer will receive a redacted version to protect students involved in the investigation. Krakauer has fought several years to access the full records. He maintains there are still unanswered questions about how UM leadership handled the investigation and eventual expulsion that preceded the rape trial and acquittal of UM quarterback Jordan Johnson. Now, the judge ruled the documents should be released to Krakauer by May 23rd. However, it's expected the state could appeal the ruling, sending the question back to the Montana Supreme Court. On the weather front, lately Mother Nature is keeping us on our toes, Bob.
Exactly. I had a couple of sprinkles move into the Billings area today. Finally, some measurable rain for us. Last time we had anything like that was way back in mid-January. Remember, we had that nice warm-up? We had a little rain out of it, too. Doppler radar shows you the scattered rain showers moving through the region tonight. It's all caught up in a northwesterly flow of air into our region. And so far, most of that northwesterly flow is taking that moisture right on into the Bighorn Mountains, where we could see maybe 4 to 8 inches of snow with local amounts up to 12. We actually have a winter weather advisory for that area. Elsewhere, we do have some flooding issues, basically due to snowmelt, ice jams, and as you can see, the snowmelt is up there along the Missouri River. Have an ice jam in the Muscle River and a pretty bad ice jam there at Savage, about 7 miles long on the Yellowstone River. Our forecast, we'll have that in a few more minutes.
All right, thanks, Bob. Well, this winter, the snow and brutal cold spelled disaster for fish ponds across south central Montana. One of the most notable areas right here in Billings at Riverfront Park. Montana Fish, Wildlife and Park biologists report a large fish kill at the park this week, and they expect to find even more as the ice melts. The cold didn't directly kill the 10 different fish species, but it did cause a trickle-down effect. The ice and snow killed the aquatic plants, and as the plants decompose, the bacteria consume most of the oxygen in the water, literally starving or suffocating the fish. Now, Fish, Wildlife and Park says this story isn't all bad. The fish who do survive will have less competition for the new plant growth, which means they will grow bigger. A happier note for area fishermen. Well, Billings may be the biggest, but Bozeman is growing twice as fast, outpacing the entire state. The annual U.S. Census shows since 2010, Gallatin County grew 20% to almost 108,000 people. Yellowstone County holds a solid #1 spot at 158,000, increasing 11,000 during that time. Missoula County comes in second at 107,000. And over those 7 years, Gallatin County moved past Flathead to take the #3 spot. Flathead now at 4th. And Cascade County, where the Great Falls population has remained flat, is in 5th. Now, the state of Montana grew by more than 6% since 2010. The population now at 1,050,000 people. A new report identifies the safest cities in Montana, and Laurel makes the top 3. SafeWise reviewed the 2016 FBI crime report statistics and population data. It shows Laurel has 1.43 violent crimes per 1,000 residents, and 93% of crime falls under property crime. Police still battle drugs within the community, and Laurel Police Chief Rick Musson says there's still a need for more officers.
I think my guys do marvelous. I wrote them a note saying, Captain wrote them a note, I wrote them a note. They do really good work, and those guys solve a lot of crimes, and they're out there. When I started in 1983, we had 8 officers. 35 years later, we're only at 13. So the people that understand, the mayor, the council, understand we need more people. It's all about funding.
Now, the town is in the early stages of discussing a possible public safety mill levy. Residents voted down the last attempt in 2014. Dillon and Columbia Falls are the 2 other safest cities across Montana. Billings did not make the list. The only private prison in Montana, at Shelby, is nearly 20 years old, and its contract with the state is up for renewal next year. But that renewal and the prison's future have become a political flashpoint. Tonight, MTN's Mike Dennison takes a closer look at the prison itself and the hot debate.
The 700-bed Crossroads Correctional Center sits on a windblown prairie southwest of Shelby on Montana's High Line. Since its construction in 1999, it's been operated by Core Civic, a Tennessee firm formerly known as Corrections Corporation of America, or CCA. It holds 600 inmates from Montana's correctional system and nearly 100 federal inmates. Unlike some private prisons, Crossroads hasn't been marred by scandal or financial problems. Still, critics say the prison is a weak link in Montana's correctional system. Former inmate Art Heffelfinger spent nearly 5 years at the Shelby prison and wrote a scathing 50-page critique upon his release, alleging multiple contract violations by Core Civic and a company that cares little about rehabilitating inmates.
We must remember the company, CCA, who runs the prison, or Core Civic as it's now called, has no financial interest whatsoever in rehabilitating or educating anyone, any inmate. To the contrary, their financial interest is to keep as many people incarcerated for as long as possible.
The American Civil Liberties Union in Montana also says it fields many complaints from Crossroads inmates about substandard food and medical care, less programming for inmates, and mistreatment of Native American inmates.
Our biggest issue, bar none, with the private prison industry is that they see humans as a revenue stream. Prisoners should not be seen as a supply. They should be seen as humans who are deserving of dignity and fairness in the process.
MTN News visited the prison last week. In addition to prison staff, Core Civic also had a lobbyist and its national communications director on hand for the visit. They showed us education classes, the medical and dental center, carpentry training, and a wood shop for inmates, even a music room where inmates can play in a band. Warden Pat McTighe says Core Civic takes rehabilitation seriously because that's what the state is requiring.
We are into the reentry programs because no matter who comes through these doors, they may be either your or my neighbor tomorrow or the next day. So you prepare them for the outside.
In 2016, the legislature's Audit Division conducted a lengthy examination of the prison. Its final report says staffing levels, medical care, and food needed better oversight by the state. State Corrections Quality Assurance Director Kurt Ogney says the audit led to some changes, such as requiring Core Civic to improve the nutritional content of prison food. But overall, state correction officials say they closely monitor the company's compliance with the contract and that they've had very few problems.
If there's a complaint or if there is something that's noted when we do a review, they certainly, to our satisfaction, correct those deficiencies.
Criticisms of private prisons as a concept are nothing new and aren't going away. But when it comes to this private prison, folks here in Shelby don't see it that way. We'll talk about that view more tomorrow. Reporting from Shelby, Mike Dennison, MTN News.
Thanks, Mike. In part 2, Mike will take a closer look at the debate surrounding the prison's contract. Coming up on tonight's 5:30 news, it's one of the cutest parts of your day. Check out the Zoo Montana pup date right after the break. And tonight in sports, we'll see why this Butte native may be the most interesting sportsman in Montana. And he has plenty of stories to tell.
You're watching MTN News with Jay Cohn and Jeanelle Slade. Storm Tracker weather with Bob McGuire. And sports with Scott Green. This is the 5:30 news on Q2, Montana's news leader.